Growing up, I always wanted to be as cool as Spider-Man. With Marvel releasing the trailer for their new movie any day now, I've come to one question. How can I be more like Spider-Man? So of course, I started to do some personal research, and I actually came across this interview with Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man himself, where he goes over his exact daily meals and training. As a true gym goer would, I copied his exact routine for the next 24 hours. I did this to answer two main questions. First, can I finally become as cool as Spider-Man? And more importantly, second, is Spider-Man's training and diet actually sustainable for success, or is it just Hollywood magic? Spider-Man starts his day off bright and early and goes for a quick breakfast. In the interview, he says that he eats porridge, but I don't have access to that in my college dining hall, so I went for the next best option.
So we got a bowl of cereal and a banana.
He also said he drinks a protein shake every morning, so I bought a Fairlife and chugged it in this bathroom stall before I went to class. Spider-Man is notorious for his insane flips and parkour abilities, so after breakfast, I decided to try and imitate that. So I actually used to be really good at doing flips, but it has been quite a while, so I'm fairly nervous. So as you can see, the first location ended up being extremely muddy, so we did have to relocate. It was a little bit rough at first, but I did end up succeeding.
There we go.
Next up on the agenda is lunch. In the interview, he said that he doesn't always eat lunch, but if he does, he eats a lot of vegetables and protein. So I decided to construct a meal that does just that. Here we have a seared tuna noodle bowl, which was absolutely delicious by the way, and some battered cod, which happens to be one of Spider-Man's favorite protein options. He also said his favorite vegetable is baked potatoes, so I got a plate of potatoes and Brussels sprouts, which I barely ate because they tasted awful. Now for the most anticipated part of the video, the workout. Tom Holland does this crazy bodyweight workout that he described. He says that a Monday morning would be this hour-long workout. 1 pull-up, 2 dips, 3 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, 5 squats. Now it's round 1. And basically you go all the way up to 10, so the last round is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I would try to explain this a little better in detail, but I think I should just show you instead. So to start off, I did my 1 singular pull-up. Well, that was pretty easy. Then followed up by 2 dips. You'll notice that I don't get super good depth on these, and that's just because I'm doing them between 2 drawers that only come a few feet off the ground. It really sucks, but it was my only option, so bear with me. Then I did 3 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, and 5 squats. It all seemed pretty easy, but that feeling wasn't going to last for long. As I continued going through the exercises, my fatigue began to add up quickly. I also realized that I need to train abs more often because these quote-unquote sit-ups are terrible. I'm like barely even coming up. I'm only halfway through, guys, and I am extremely tired. Dude, the sit-ups are like impossible for me. Like, I have no abs, bro. I never hit abs. This is a problem. We still gotta keep grinding. Let's go. Around the 6th round, things started to get extremely difficult. I was starting to need to split up exercises into multiple sets and rest for several minutes in between them. These next few rounds were complete torture, but I finally pushed my way to the final round. 10 pull-ups actually took me a while to get through. While 10 pull-ups doesn't sound like a super crazy amount, it still felt like it after all the volume that I had already pushed myself through. The 20 dips was pretty much the same story. Quite a struggle. And then with the 30 push-ups, don't even get me started. It took me like 12 minutes. Then we got 40 sit-ups with the worst form of all time. And of course, the final burnout of 50 squats. My legs were on fire during this. So for strictly a bodyweight workout at home, that was probably 10 times harder than I expected. The high volume definitely gets to me, man. I'm not used to this stuff. The pump is pretty solid, though. I will say this workout focused a lot on the chest and triceps. Not really any focus on the biceps. The legs were there with the squats, but there wasn't any specific isolations. But overall, very good workout. I'm so tired. And as you guys can see, only took us about 44 minutes. Not too shabby. So I actually thought this was impressive because Spider-Man himself said that this workout is supposed to take a whole hour, but I later realized that I was actually supposed to go all the way back down to the first round after completing the first 10. So realistically, if I did the workout correctly, it would have taken me way longer. But despite that, still got in a crazy lift. Finally, it's time for dinner. In the interview, he says that he usually goes over to his brother's house to get a large home-cooked meal. To simulate this, I actually went to my school's restaurant night with my friends for a 3-course dinner, starting with this pita bread and hummus appetizer that I absolutely destroyed. Can't forget I also had this Hawaiian roll with a side of butter. Next, this amazing herb-crusted salmon with zucchini and lemon couscous. Destroyed that one as well. Then of course for dessert, a chocolate lava cake. Just like me, Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, struggles to maintain his weight since he's always fighting crime, so he actually says that a cheat meal is a good thing for him. So, this cake can be excused. So after 24 hours, did we accomplish our goals? Well, I think I definitely proved that I'm not as cool as Spider-Man, but at least my flip was pretty sick. I believe that Spider-Man's diet is actually pretty close to my own. I enjoyed this day of eating a lot, and I think it's pretty good for bulking up and building muscle. And the training was so much harder than I expected, especially given the fact that I basically only completed half the workout, and it still felt like complete torture. I never expected that you could push yourself so hard with just your own body weight at home, and I think we definitely confirmed that Spider-Man's abs are not CGI. Tom Holland has worked very hard to build up his physique to play the role of Spider-Man. I think his regimen takes a lot of discipline and is also extremely effective for transforming your body. I challenge you guys to try out his workout yourself and let me know how it went in the comment section below. And while you're there, leave a like, possibly subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that being said, peace.